stand completely alone is the hardest thing of all. The rebel rarely enjoys his isolation. His refusal to conform to society may simply conceal a desire to have society conform to him. Hello?
Listen, give us a go. I'm on the phone, will you? Hello, Jean. It's Harry here.
Hello? Harry?
Yes, Harry, you know. Mouldy Jeff.
Oh, yes, I remember. How are you, Harry?
G'day, what are you doing?
Well, I was just going to listen to some music, as a matter of fact.
Oh, what kind of music?
Oh,
Why don't you come over and listen to some of mine? Some real stuff.
Why, have you got some new records?
This ain't canned. All the boys are here. We're having a bit of a blast.
Oh, I don't know, Harry. I don't know anyone. I wouldn't know what to do. I could make an awful fool of myself.
Listen, there's nothing to worry about. Come over, I'll introduce you to some of the characters and you can learn a thing or two about the Rorts.
Rorts? What does that mean?
Well, a party, a sort of a get-together, what you might call a musical evening.
Is it some sort of a club?
No, it's not a club. We all dig jazz and we get together and just enjoy ourselves. Grab a couple of bottles and come over.
I take it it's informal.
Oh, yes, very. Anyway, listen, just hold on. I'll come over and get you.
Oh, don't worry, Harry. I'll drive myself.
You sure? What do you know where to get? Do you know the address? Forest Street, Essendon? 26 to be exact. Okay, I'll see you then, yeah? Don't be too long.
No, I'll be there.
See ya.
Harry's Mouldy Men could be a case in point. According to him, some of them are real rebels at heart, complete individualists who care nothing for convention and are perfectly happy to break with it. I wonder if that's really true.
I did?
Yeah, with that looked the part too. And with the admission?
Yes, I've got it.
When you said I'll bring myself up, I'll let you into that. We'll play some music and drive me.
Play some Mouldy stuff.
All right, listen,
a bit of them.
Yeah. Introduce Jean, then, and I'll sort of...
Yeah, we'll introduce them.
Oh, listen, Dave and Sandra, Jean?
Hi,
Hi,
JJ.
Jen. Yeah.
She doesn't know much, but
She'll learn.
Yeah.
Never mind. I suppose you get quite a kick out of Brubeck and boys like that.
Oh, you don't mind. Brubeck doesn't play jazz. You have to swear like that and see language and everything. Brubeck.
Do they have jobs, Harry?
Of course they have jobs, all sorts. Some are hairdressers, truck drivers, clerks, motor mechanics. Except old so-and-so over there, he's a professional bum, but he admits it and we all admire him for it.
Life starts at the weekend, does it?
Well, it starts like that for everybody, I think.
How do they know?
Well, if someone decides to have a rort, they either spread the good word around by phone calls, the jazz pubs, or the pubs, something like that. Doesn't take long to get around.
Do they bring their own?
Yes, well, they've got to bring their own, but we have more or less have an unofficial number of 4. If anyone who brings less than that is just there to drink some other bastard's grog, so we throw him out.
How long do they last?
Well, that depends on how the rort's kicking on. Some of them go all the weekend. A lot of characters bring their own rubber mattress, they flake out, they either wake up feeling dung or ready to kick on again.
Are they close friends?
Well, as far as jazz is concerned, they're close friends, but, well, we come from all different walks of life and we've got our own different ideas.
Oh, you're welcome.
Sit down, make yourself comfortable.
I was wondering before, you know, when we came in, Harry and I, you were talking about moldy.
Yeah, yeah.
What did it mean?
Well, moldy means moldy jazz. Moldy jazz means very dinkum, very true early New Orleans jazz.
Is this what you always all play or
Well,
like?
we all like and we all try to play it.
What does it mean? Where did it get the name from?
I got the name because some modernists wrote into Esquire in the early 40s saying that rubbishing the followers of early New Orleans jazz, saying that they were mouldy figs, and they were rotten, they held down, they were hanging from the tree since 1924 or 27 or something like that, and they hadn't changed. 24, 27, between 24 and 27 was the classic age of New Orleans jazz.
So they were really insulting you?
No, really insulting, but lots of people take insults and they twist it.
What do you play, Willie?
I play the banjo.
What advantage does that have in New Orleans jazz?
Oh, it's an instrument. There is. It's a beaut instrument, and I love it. And
Do you play the guitar as well?
only if I'm had too many beers. It's a sick instrument. Got too many strings on it. It's rude.
Well, there's certainly no doubt about their love of jazz, and their specialised knowledge of it too. They'd talk about it all night from the sound of things.
I've never been so embarrassed in my life. Yeah, oh, well, one time, the band was playing away, and it sort of, anyway, I went up to the band and said, can you play something like, I don't know, Revolutionary Blues or something like that? And anyway, they gave a horse laugh, and afterwards I realised that they, the chord sequence of the tune they'd played suggested to me. They never actually say the tune. I realised afterwards they'd actually played that tune. I just asked.
Just how do they measure up by accepted standards? What about religion, for instance?
You ever been to church?
Oh, I used to go often when I was a boy, and made to go. Yeah.
About recently.
Well, once in the last few years.
What happened?
A rude thing happened. This girl took me to church, and said it was a big thing to go to church, so I went to church, Everybody singing hymns, which was marvellous, it was all right. And then some Sheila came out and done a solo bit with a fella playing the organ, and she sang it quite well, and I thought it was marvellous, and I applauded. And they told me that shouldn't be done.
Do they set any standards of their own among themselves? Are they really as wild as they look?
Do you ever get brawls on your hands?
Yeah, never, ever.
Is this a sort of rule of the game?
Rule of the game. What's up? All the jazzers never fight amongst themselves.
Why,
physically. Truly, they don't believe in fighting.
Jazz is harmonious.
They despise people who won't tolerate them and their way of life. Are they equally tolerant of others?
Most jazzos have a distinct dislike for physical education type characters.
Yeah, why?
You know.
Listen, I can pick aside the football racehorse fans.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, like that's all you get. They say you went to football, you know, the races, went to football. That's all they talk about. Rude stuff.
How do they feel about other outsiders, like bodgies, for instance?
They're usually all rockers and things.
Yeah.
Rock and rollers.
The rock and rollers aren't with us.
Are you with them?
No.
Do you let them in?
No.
Technically, no.
They're rude. People we don't like, people who pretend to like jazz or pretend to be interested in the jazz and they aren't. People we can understand who aren't interested at all, as long as they believe. I would say, for instance, a lot of women, for instance, pretend they're interested in jazz just because the men that play. No. Let's face it, 1 woman in 10 knows anything about jazz. That comes to the most of the women that come to jazz are interested in the men.
Some rubbishing women.
Yeah. What's that for one? Yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're good, but they don't know anything about jazz.
Why don't you
1 woman in 10.
Why don't you teach them?
We try, but all they're interested in is sex. That's all.
Shocking that way.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know.
Does that worry you?
No.
The women always at me, you know.
But women pretend to be interested in jazz, and they're not.
Is it just a passing phase, a temporary satisfaction? What happens when they get married?
Yeah, they get married, and the women say, or Butte for listening to records, but rudes are going with all these hopeless blues, and so they drop off.
Just what does it mean in their lives, then, to be one of the Mouldy Men?
Well, I get a feeling of belonging, feeling of being with my friends who like the same type of thing, have the same interest in the things. Some people like archery, plumbing.
Women.
Me, I like jazz.
What do you get out of the Mouldy Men, Dave?
Funny question, because just what does anybody get in a friendship? Our feelings about music, about other things, are so close together that we get a greater warmth from each other and out of each other than normal people.
Troy can't live these words.
Well, the band's minus the washboard. I think I'll go play.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Just for going.
Do you really like jazz too?
Oh, I think it's terrible.
Oh, I love it.
No, it's alright.
What do you like about it?
Oh, I don't know. I just love dancing to it and singing to it. And it's just musical to you.
Is it the only thing you really like about it?
Oh, it's the feeling for it that I get.
Yes, but you must take into consideration the musician's technical ability, the feeling in himself that he's trying to express. The feeling you get with music, some music gives you a good feeling, but you must also to really appreciate jazz, or any type of music, you must really appreciate what that musician is trying to convey to you.
Well, I don't know what you mean by that, but I just do whatever I feel. When I dance, I just I don't know, I don't care.
Yeah, but it's not your dancing, it's about the music itself.
But it's the music gives you that feeling.
Yes, but a musician, music often to a musician is an outlet. And you must realise, to really appreciate it, you must understand to a certain extent what he is trying to express to the people and what he is trying to convey over to the people.
Well, when it feels to him that it's an outlet to him, it's also an outlet to you when you're dancing. I mean, you let your hair down, you just don't care a bit.
Yes,
why do you tell us you can't stand it?
I get dragged along, and I like to go and keep an eye on my husband.
Oh, why, is he a jazz pianist?
He's a musician, he plays in the band.
Yeah.
And otherwise I can't bear it.
Why not?
Because I don't think there's any sense in it. The rest of the girls have heard.
I think the majority of them do. I think the majority of them really would. Quite a few live away. Some of them have flats with other girls, some of them have rooms, try and get them pretty reasonable. I live at home now, but for a while I didn't move away.
What did you do then?
I had a flat with a girlfriend of mine. I met her through David, and it really didn't work out. We had a couple of flats, and she was too irresponsible. She just didn't realise. Most landlords and landladies aren't really very lenient because naturally enough they have other tenants to consider. And she kept bringing people home after nightclubs and after jazz concerts, anything. But if musicians, if any of the jazz musos come, I realise that you might be thrown out any minute, and they're pretty quiet, they keep the noise down if they play, they keep it pretty quiet. But these people she brought home were just hopeless posers, the young aristocrats, the young sophisticates. Yes, really posers.
Did most of the girls' parents know they stay out all night?
Well, that I don't really know, but I suppose they have a fair idea.
Do they mind?
I wouldn't know. Most of the weekends I stay at my boyfriend's place. But I usually try and keep, pretty reasonable. I was working with my parents, I think it's the best shot. But I think normally if you hear creeping, if parents heard creeping footsteps down the passage, the first thing they do is wiggle the clock, isn't it?
One of the boys was saying before that the only reason you kids come at all is because the boys are here, that you don't know anything at all about jazz.
Oh, rubbish.
It's the jazz that brings you, is it, Sandra?
Yes, definitely.
What about you?
Oh, well, it's the jazz. I don't mind admitting. I admit that I like when the banjo play it.
But it's still the jazz.
Yes, it's the jazz basically.
I think, to me, it's the jazz and the people that play. The people that play jazz, I think, are terrific people, and they convey their feelings to everybody, and it's really, I think, in all, it makes a terrific night.
What about you, Pat?
Oh, I just come for kicks and jigging and what I said before, good health and everything. Carry on.
And you don't really care about jazz at all?
Oh, it's all right. I can take it already.
As a background.
Oh, rubbish.
I'll give you a piece of cabbage and you wolfed it like a savage. Take it like that.
So much for Harry's individualists. He's right in one respect, of course. They are rebels, and by normal social standards, complete nonconformists. They're a sort of flotsam group, irresponsible, casual, quite inconstant. But the group instinct is just as strong with them as it is in the local golf club. The terms are their own, but the pattern is almost identical. I tell you what I mean. Take their need to belong, for instance. They have it just like anyone else. Only in their case, the club tie, or the entree card if you like, is jazz, mouldy jazz, and loving it and caring about it. Having set their own unconventional standards, they develop their own rules, their own taboos, their prejudices, and snob values. And like any other club, it's a case of conform or go. And like any other club too, there are the leaders and the experts, the followers and the hangers-on. In this case, a lunatic fringe of extremists and wild philosophers and poseurs, who, in this peripheral group, just like any other, provide the laughs and the gossip and the light and shade.
Pain in the bloody neck, I don't know. Man comes here just to play a bit of jazz, or just a bit of pure and simple jazz, and that's all he wants to play, real from the heart, something that you're gonna, that you can feel. Oh, they got no idea. They don't even know what they're doing half the time. No feeling, no real appreciative things, They just don't even know what they're playing. Never lived or loved or had anything to do with the most beautiful things in life. You're pain in the neck just to listen to it and just to have to put up with it just so as you can play a bit of, just so as you can release a bit of your heart and play a bit of what comes into it. You ought to know that as well as everybody else around here. The whole bloody thing's forced. If it wasn't forced.
Yeah.